Next up, we have the Vice President for Advancement, Kent Stanley.
University advancement covers a wide range of activities, but if you think about, along with Mike's staff, we spend most of our time facing out from the institution. So areas like integrated marketing, alumni, fundraising, these are the kind of the core parts of university advancement. So let me touch on fundraising. We're constantly finding ways to bring new resources to the institution. This could be in the form of support for building projects. It can be scholarship money. It can be new equipment that we need in labs. And so our staff is out working with friends and alumni of the institution as we look at finding new ways to bring in support to the university. One of the key elements of our work, though, is working with alumni and talking with them as donors. Talking with them about their experiences here, their experiences, the journey that's followed their time as students, and really the areas that they may want to engage with the university. And then for many of them, it becomes also supporting what we do financially. A large amount of the private scholarship dollars that are available every year to students come from alums, come from people who sat where you sit today. And they believed in the experience that they had and want to support it. Last year we set a record for fundraising for the university of $12.5 million. That's a record amount for us, but is also dramatically greater than anything done by any of the other MNSCU schools. And so in this category, we are absolutely the flagship. But that's one element of what we do. One of the areas that we're doing a strategic deep dive and really looking at a realignment process is engagement with our alums. If you think about your time here, whether you're a student for 2 years, 4 years, or it takes you a little longer, or the programs you include graduate schools, you're here for 6, 7 years, the reality is the time you've spent as a student is only a small percentage of the overall time that you'll be an alum. If you live a natural life, and you could be an alum for the next 50 years. And what we're trying to reimagine is how do we engage with our alums over that lifespan? At points in your life where maybe you've been out of school for 10 to 15 years, how does being an alum from Minnesota State help you? How do we engage with you? Is it mid-career retraining? Is it reconnection opportunities with other alums? And we're looking at what does this look like, not just next year, but for the next decade. You know, how we communicate today doesn't look very much like how we communicated with people a decade ago. And we think that we have to be very, very clear about our engagement strategies that are meaningful to our alums, so that a decade from now, you're still connected to the university. And then I think probably the last thing to know is that when it comes to fundraising, you know, we kind of never stop. But there are times when we go into more intense periods of fundraising, and generally that's referred to as a comprehensive campaign. And so to let you know that we are the school of big ideas, and so one of the big ideas is a record-setting fundraising campaign. And we are in the planning stages of that, and it's the kind of campaign that candidly could be transformational for our campus. As Rick mentioned, you know, there's certain percentages of our support comes from the state. And as those percentages no longer meet the needs that we have, we can look to the private sector because we have great stories to tell about when people invest here and invest in the lives of our students, we can do great things. And so, you know, we're in the beginning stages of campaign planning and plan to roll out something exceptional in a very short time. So with that, thanks for coming today.